Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Welcome to the stream. Apologies, major apologies for the delay. It's going to be 8 o'clock, but of course I had something else I had to go and do, I'm afraid. I had to get out, go out and sort something out, basically. So, unfortunately, I couldn't get on at 8 o'clock to do this. But anyway, I'm here now. Hopefully... hopefully there is a lot to talk about, because there is, basically, because the fact is we might be losing Matthias Jensen. He may actually be leaving. He actually rejected the extension, year's extension. I thought that was just automatic, and they just take it. They have to add that extension of it, but actually the player, if he doesn't want to, doesn't have to do the extension deal. So actually he doesn't want to do it by the looks of it, and no longer wants to be here, I think. That's what it seems like. And Panathanikos are circling. They've been after him quite a while. Quite a few months. I think even last year. I think last year at some stage they were looking at him. They were looking at the situation, whether he was going to stay or not, whether he was going to trigger the extension. But it looks like he doesn't want to do it. We tried to trigger his extension, the deal, but it looks like he's no longer interested in being here. Which is a shame. I think he had an amazing season last season. He was probably his best for a while. Very good player. Very good player. But if he wants to go, what can we do? He's given us good service here. He's been here a number of years now. You know, he wants to obviously leave. But obviously, there's a lot to this. He's not just going to go. He's not going to do like a blooming Visa and down tools and stuff and just kick up the fuss and whatever. He said he's happy we'll go if they come to an agreement with us, which is Panathanikos. So let's get into it, actually, guys. Let's get into what all this is about. And then also, we also want to talk about another player we're linked with, another left back, in fact, Arthur Gabriel, another youngster. So we'll get into that after this, though, because there's a lot to talk about regarding Matthias Jensen. So let's get into this. This was the sort of, I guess, first thing I see this on. Obviously, transfer feed, and I get a lot of these. I see a lot of this stuff, obviously, on there on transfer feed that talks about a lot of the Brentford rumours or whatever else. So let's get this on and have a good chat about all this. And basically, as I said, he doesn't want to do what he's not interested in having another year with us. That's what it would have been, at least one more season. With the extension, but no, Matthias doesn't want to do it. So it looks like he could actually be going. And what it says here, obviously Panathanikos, who has been linked with him for such a long time, they really want to get him. So this was like 12 hours ago, and there'd been chat about it for actually a few days now. We talk about 4 days ago and more when it was mentioned. It says Matthias Jensen is a recommendation of the new coach at Panathanikos. The player rejected a proposal from Brentford for a longer contract. which shows a desire to leave. Jensen is seeking a new challenge in his career and wants to play in European competitions and win domestic titles. Fair enough. That's fair enough. I think that's a good idea then. I've got a feeling we're not going to win something for a little while, or we're not going to get into Europe still for a little while. Whether we will this season, I don't know. But to be honest, I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. If he wants to go and win something elsewhere, why not? You know, and he's done us good service, and he deserves it if he wants to do that. You know, he doesn't have to stay the extra year, and he obviously isn't. So, yeah, as I say, European competitions, win domestic titles. Panathanikos can offer these prospects. The management of Panathanikos is willing to meet the demands of Nistra and is making efforts to secure the deal. This was 2 days ago. Matthias Jensen is a significant target for Panathanikos, especially after the appointment of his compatriot Jakob Nestrup as head coach, obviously Danish, of course. Nestrup has given his approval for the signing and wants Jensen as a key player in midfield. The coach is also said to be playing an active role in approaching the player. Brentford are open to a transfer if their financial demands are met. Panathanikos continue to seriously consider the 30-year-old midfielder, and developments in the coming days are expected to be crucial. Although Panathanikos are keeping alternative options, their focus remains on Jensen. So, yeah, well. And this is 1 day ago. Live Sport reports that Panathanikos have reached an economic agreement with Danish midfielder Matthias Jensen, and that a crucial meeting with Brentford will follow in early June. So not long then, really. Brentford activated a 1-year extension option in Matthias Jensen's contract after he met the required appearances, with 42 matches, 5 goals and 3 assists in the 25-26 season. Despite this, Panathanikos' interest remains active and Jensen is still one of the club's main transfer priorities. According to information, Brentford is willing to consider offers exceeding 6 to 7 million euros. A sum Panathanikos appears capable of approaching if they decide to proceed with an offer. And obviously this was 12 hours ago. Panathanikos is preparing an offer of between 4 and 6 million euros to buy Matthias Jensen. Matthias Jensen has told his compatriot coach that he will join if an agreement is reached with Brentford. The contract proposed by Panathanikos to Jensen is for a 2 + 1 year deal, with annual earnings reaching, is that 3,000, I guess, 3,000 euros per year, inclusive of achievable bonuses. Sounds good for him. You know, that sounds like a good deal. And if he wants to do it, go ahead. I think personally, I think we want a bit more than that for him, surely. You know, all the time he's been here. Been a very good player for us. I think, as I say, the last season just gone, he was one of his best seasons by far for quite a while. So, to be honest, I think we want a lot more than this for him, really. I would have thought. He was quite an important player. He was great last season. He was fantastic. Surely we want more, but I don't know. And the fact is, he doesn't want to be here. Then obviously he wants to go, and if an agreement is reached, arrangement is met, then obviously he will leave. But then again, if it all falls through, they go for someone else, decide to go for someone else, maybe. We're happy if he stays, and that could still happen. But to be honest, I don't know. I've got a feeling he may go, and I mean, good luck to him. But I think we should get more money for him. I really do. I mean, I was saying, when we let Norgard go for what was he, for 5 million or so? Was he 5 million? Something like that, maybe a bit more, maybe 12, I don't know. But really, he should have gone for a lot more than that. How we value our players, the valuation, sometimes I don't get why it's not a major amount. I mean, I see we're still looking at, obviously Thiago may go. Obviously, United are interested in him, linked with him, and others. And I see we only might let him go for like 70 mil. I think that's too little. At least he's got to be at least 90, 80, 90, even 100. Let's get top money for the guy. He got 25 goals in his first season. How can he not be like 100 or something? So for me, I don't know. We devalue our players somehow. I don't know what it is. You've got, get the money from these teams. They've got the money. Bloody get it. If it's going to be more, so what? Like, get 100. If anyone really wants to play, they will pay that money. I mean, if it happens to be United again or something, I mean, fair enough, but they've got to pay the money. They can't just haggle again and try what they've done with Bramo or whatever. We want the actual proper money. So, anyway, let's go to another article about this. And, Brentford faced Matthias Jensen decision after Greek interest. Panathanikos is eyeing a summer swoop for the Danish playmaker, tempting him with European football as the Bees weigh a lucrative exit against his veteran Premier League experience. Brentford could face a summer decision over Matthias Jensen after fresh reports in Greece claim Panathanikos are interested in the midfielder. According to Greek outlet 210, Jensen is admired by Panathanikos, with new head coach and fellow countryman Jakub Niestrup reportedly viewing the Brentford midfielder as a player who could strengthen his midfield plans. The report claims Panathanikos have followed Jensen since December, and that contract during the January transfer window, January window, did not lead to an agreement. 210 adds that the Greek club are now waiting to understand Brentford's demands before deciding whether to take the interest further. Brentford have already protected themselves by triggering Jensen's one-year contract extension, keeping him tied to the club until 2027. That makes the situation different from a simple contract rundown sale. Jensen is not heading into the final weeks of his deal, but the extension does not remove the decision Brentford may have to make if serious interest arrives. Jensen is 30 and has been at Brentford since 2019. A while, that's definitely for a while. Joining from Celta Vigo before becoming part of the side that won promotion to the Premier League. He has since been one of the club's most experienced midfielders. Jensen has not agreed a longer-term deal with Brentford, leaving the Bees with the decision on whether to move him on before the end of his contract in order for the Danish international to not leave on a free. With European football and the chance to compete for trophies, a move to Panathanikos does present appeal. Jensen offers experience, Premier League knowledge and set-piece quality, all of which remain valuable as Keith Andrews shapes his squad. At the same time, a player entering his 30s and attracting overseas interest naturally creates a question about whether this is the right moment to listen, especially given just a year remaining on his contract. Panathanikos would also have to turn admiration into a serious offer. Until that happens, Brentford have no need to rush into a decision. The contract extension gives them control in the short term, and Jensen's experience means he remains a useful part of the squad if no acceptable proposal arrives. For Jensen, the appeal of something different is easy to understand. European football, a title fight, and a new challenge would all form part of the pool. Brentford's position, though, is stronger because they have already extended his deal and removed any pressure to sell cheaply. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? That does sound good. Right, let's get to, and that's good. That's shrewd business. Actually, that's another shrewd bit of business from the bees, you know, with that contract. So let's go to it's obviously some opinions and comments about it. Let's go to all those and see what is being said. Opinions on this. I've got a comment there from Jordan. Be up to you, Jordan. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're good, buddy. Hey, bro. Yeah. Be up to you, my friend. And let's talk about this, though. Carry on talking about this. And yes, Matthias Jensen potentially leaving for Greek club Panathanikos. Matthias Jensen rejected a proposal from Brentford for a longer contract, which shows a desire to leave. Jensen is seeking a new challenge in his career and wants to play in European competitions and win domestic titles. Panathanikos can offer these prospects. The management of Panathanikos is willing to meet the demands of Nistra and is making efforts to secure the deal. Matthias Jensen has a positive view on leaving Brentford and the Premier League after 7 years to play in Greece. Although Brentford activated a one-year contract extension until 2027, with an additional option for another year, Panathanikos will attempt to buy Jensen for an amount of 5 to 6 million euros. Panathanikos has already secured Jensen's agreement to join, and he is their primary target for strengthening the midfield. Discussions between Panathanikos and Jensen's representatives have progressed, and developments on the matter are expected before June the 12th, which isn't long, is it? So, 2 or 3 days, 4 days, if that. So we're going to find out sooner or later, I suppose, but this is obviously a few comments, opinions about all this, so let's look at this one and a few others. I hope not. He's a great player. And if he does leave, 5 million is way too low, which I agree. It is too low, 5 million. It definitely is. That is too low. He's worth more than that. He's a very good player. Yeah, for me, he's got to be more than that. Someone else here, Dilla B. It's got to be taken in context of age and contract situation. In a normal market, it'd be a lot more. Yeah. 30 with 2 years left on contract. I don't know. I think we can get more. Exactly, yeah. I agree. I'd say that as well. 100%. It was a 1-year club option, not 2. I'm bad at maths. That's why I saw 2027 and forgot it's 2026. Still feel we should be getting more. He's PL experience, well, Premier League experience, obviously. And for midfielders, he's not that old. Plus, midfield is where we need depth. And 1 year left should warrant at least 10 million. We got Norgard for 11. Yeah. Shit, he's been so good this season. I hope his wife sticks her oar in, say I'd rather live in Richmond and have London on my doorstep. Being rich in Greece is not exactly a hardship. Greece is not a lot is a lot better than London, in my opinion. 5 million is a joke. Yeah, exactly, it is. Somebody say not really at his age. Well, I don't know. You still want more. Norgard went to Arsenal for 11. Yeah, it's true. That is right. That wasn't a lot, was it? At the end of the day, he should have been more than that. We should have got a lot more out of Arsenal. Let's be honest. And that was a bit scandalous, that deal, to be honest. But at least Norgard's ended up with a trophy, hasn't he? He's got a Premier trophy, so well done him. No big clubs would be looking at Matty. Why not? He's too old and he wasn't a top baller. I disagree. I think he's good. I really thought he had a very good season. Can't say that he wasn't a top baller. I thought he was really good. So I disagree with that totally. I don't blame him, really. He's coming to the end of his playing career and clearly wants a chance at some trophies, medals. Yeah, why not? Of course he does. Which he isn't going to get where he is. Well, that's not necessarily so. Not necessarily so, to be honest. It could happen one day, but obviously it might not be for a little while, and he needs to go elsewhere to get it sooner, I suppose. The Greek League will also be a lot easier than the Premiership. He's been a good servant in his time, definitely, but it is perhaps time we look for a younger upgrade in the creative midfielder department. That's true. I agree. I totally agree. He's worth way more than 5 million to us. Can't be true. Yeah. Good player for us. Wouldn't want to lose him, especially for that price. The valuation is low, but he's our model to allow our boys to go play for hardware. Sadly, that draw against Wolves is going to be seen as a dark day because I feel like this may be the first of a slew of players looking to leave for the same reason. This was likely our best shot at qualifying for something, and they blew it. Yeah. True. I agree. We did blow it. Let's be honest. We did. Unfortunately, we did. A bit annoying, actually, since he never gives the ball away. If clubs like Brighton and Bournemouth can extract maximum value out of transfer fees, why can't Brentford? Lately, it feels like we have given several players away for deeply discounted prices. Yeah, think David Raya, Christian Norgard, Mark Flecken, which allow bigger clubs to poach from us without a second thought. Exactly, I agree with this as well, 100%. There is something wrong with our transfer dealings at times, our values. It's not good. Of course, I can understand players wanting to move on from the club, and that player values are linked to the length of their contracts. But Brentford can do better. Let's at least get our money's worth. I totally agree here. This is speaking sense here. I'll tell you, this is great, 100%. I totally agree with most of these comments. You know, all of the players you mentioned were either old, at the end of their contracts, or pretty close to it, or both. You can't extract maximum value from players in those situations, particularly if they won't sign a new contract. From what I remember, Raya had 1 year left on his contract, and it made it clear he wasn't signing a new one. So what do you do in that situation? Let him run down that year's contract and walk away for free, or try and get the most you can for him before that happens. Arsenal paid a premium for that 1 year left for one simple reason. They wanted to sign him before he became a free agent and could pick and choose where he went. Two of your three examples were over 30 years old. David Raya had a short period of time left on his contract. Jensen is 30 years old with a short amount of time left on his deal. I don't see us getting more than maybe 10 million at the very, very, very most. 5 million is better than him leaving for free. I suppose that's true. I guess you can see it in that point of view, that perspective. Yeah, get money for him rather than leave on a free. Yeah, exactly. That does make sense. Norgard and Flecken were both in their mid-30s, and Raya netted a massive profit because we got him for next to nothing. Also, goalkeepers don't go for massively inflated fees the way Cams and CFs do. We could see Thiago get minutes and goals for Brentford for Brazil this summer, and have clubs come calling. If someone offers us 125 million euros, well, that's a lot. That's enough. We'd take it in a heartbeat because we have the data to find the best players and the office staff with the skills to execute deals from that data. I genuinely believe we get maximum value out of most of the moves we make. We are quite simply one of the most well-run organisations in all of professional sports. In Benham, we trust. Norgard and Flecken were both 31. Yeah, that's right. I knew they weren't mid-30s. So you got that wrong. Mid-30s, laughing my arse off. Yeah, they weren't. They were early 30s. So yeah, I really do agree with most of that. You know, that they all spoke sense, those people, you know. I mean, no, let's see. Hopefully we can get more for him, and it might not still happen. I mean, you know, I think they're saying the 12th of June. You know, we'll wait and see what happens. We'll wait and see. I think if he does go though, we've got to get a lot more money for him. You know, 5 million is not a lot for that player, that caliber. You know, he's still a very good player. He really is. But if he goes, he goes, and good luck to him. I wish him all the luck in the world. I think we will probably try and get another younger player in or something. We will replace him, no doubt. But it'd be equally great if he stays, because we can do with him. I mean, he could be like a squad, you know, backup, you know, squad member, and well, he might still get a lot of games anyway. I mean, you know, just because you get to 30, you don't stop being a very good player. I mean, look at Henderson. He's, 36 now, 35, 36. He's still a great player. And I'm sure he will have at least one more season. So, yeah, I'm happy to keep him, though. I'm happy for him to stay if he wants to. But it's no biggie. It's no pressure. If he goes, you know, it's great, and he deserves it. To go and get, you know, trophies, medals, whatever, elsewhere. But anyway, let's move on to this other signing. We're linked with rumours, you know, monitoring this young player. Let's go to. We've got quite a few articles, really. Let's go to this one first. And yes, so Brentford monitoring Palmeiras talent Arthur Gabriel after rapid rise. Arthur Gabriel, Brentford transfer interest emerges. Oh, sorry, this bit here first, sorry. Brentford are reportedly among the clubs keeping a close watch on Palmeiras left back Arthur Gabriel, following the youngster's remarkable breakthrough season in Brazil. The 20-year-old defender has emerged as one of the biggest successes success stories at Palmeiras this year after unexpectedly establishing himself in the first team. His rapid development has attracted attention from across Europe, with Brentford and Borussia Dortmund both believed to be monitoring his progress. While no formal move is currently being discussed, Arthur Gabriel's rise has ensured his name is becoming increasingly prominent in scouting circles. According to reports from Brazil, Brentford's recruitment team have identified Arthur Gabriel as a player worth monitoring as they continue their search for emerging talent in South America. The Bees have built a strong reputation for identifying promising players before their market value explodes, and Arthur appears to fit that profile. The defender's journey to the Palmeiras first team came sooner than expected after a severe injury crisis left the club short of options at left back. Rather than simply filling a temporary gap, Arthur seized the opportunity and quickly established himself as a dependable performer at senior level. His maturity and consistency have impressed coaches and scouts alike. Unexpected opportunity transforms career. At the beginning of the season, Arthur was still heavily involved with Palmeiras' youth setup and was not expected to become a regular first-team player so quickly. Everything changed when injuries sidelined three left-backs at the club, forcing Palmeiras to accelerate his development. The young defender responded impressively to the challenge. Having followed Brazilian youth development closely, Palmeiras are renowned for producing elite-level talent and rarely hand opportunities to academy players unless they believe they are ready. Arthur's emergence therefore speaks volumes about the faith the club have in his long-term potential. His performances have turned him from a promising academy prospect into a player attracting international attention within a matter of months. Borussia Dortmund are also keeping watch. Brentford are not alone in their admiration. Borussia Dortmund have also been linked with the defender and could become serious competition if interest develops further. The Bundesliga club have a long history of investing in emerging players and providing them with a platform to develop at the highest level. Their involvement highlights the growing reputation Arthur has built through his performances this season. For now, however, reports indicate both clubs remain at the observation stage rather than preparing immediate offers. Key points. Brentford are monitoring Palmeiras defender Arthur Gabriel. Borussia Dortmund are interested in the youngster. The 20-year-old broke into Palmeiras' first team this season. Arthur recently signed a contract until 2029. His current market value is estimated at around €3 million. What's next? Arthur Gabriel's immediate focus will remain on cementing his place in Palmeiras' first-team squad and continuing his development in Brazilian football. European clubs are expected to keep tracking his progress closely over the coming months. If his performances continue at the same level, interest could quickly intensify, and formal approaches may eventually follow. For now, Brentford appear content to monitor one of South America's most promising young defenders before deciding whether to make a concrete move. Could Arthur Gabriel become Brentford's next South American success story, or is it too early for the defender to make the move to Europe? Well, I don't know. This could be an interesting one. But then again, other clubs are interested in him, like Borussia for a start. So it won't be easy. It could be, do we want to get into a bidding war, to be honest? That's another thing. Let's just do this one. Look at this article. Yeah, Brentford keeping tabs on Brazilian breakout star. €3 million rated left back seized unexpected chance. Brentford's recruitment team are reportedly keeping a close eye on Palmeiras youngster Arthur Gabriel as the Premier League club continues its search for emerging talent in South America. According to journalist Diego Firmino, Brentford are among the European clubs monitoring the left back, with Borussia Dortmund also following his situation. The report does not suggest that an offer is imminent, but it places the 20-year-old firmly on the radar of clubs across Europe. Rapid rise in Brazil. Arthur Gabriel's rise has been one of the stories of Palmeiras' season. At the start of the year, the defender was still playing regularly for the club's youth sides and sat on the fringes of the first team squad. Everything changed when Palmeiras suffered a major injury crisis at left back. 3 different players in the position were sidelined, forcing the coaching staff to turn to Arthur far earlier than planned. Instead of simply covering for absent teammates, he embraced the responsibility. The youngster established himself in the side and quickly became one of Palmeiras' most reliable players, earning praise for the way he handled the sudden step up to senior football. Brentford tracking development, Arthur Gabriel signed a contract extension until 2029 last year, reflecting Palmeiras' belief in his long-term potential. That deal also leaves the Brazilian club in a strong position should interest intensify. Palmeiras has developed a reputation for producing elite talent and negotiating sizable transfer fees, such as Endrick and Esteval. So any club hoping to sign Arthur would likely face a significant challenge. Right now, according to Transfer Market, the left back currently... Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm just a bit tired. Sorry about this, guys. I had an interesting day. I've, been out a bit today, so I am quite tired at the moment, but I thought I had to do this. So, been meaning to do this all day, this stream. So why not? But anyway, yeah. So right now, according to Transfer Market, the left back currently has an estimated market value of €3 million, £2.5 million, but that is expected to change soon. The presence of Borussia Dortmund is notable too. The Bundesliga side have also have a long record of investing in emerging talent and could become serious rivals if the race for Arthur develops further. What happens next? For now, the situation appears to be at the monitoring stage rather than active negotiations. Arthur Gabriel remains focused on consolidating his place at Palmeiras after breakthrough few could have predicted at the beginning of the season. Yet his rapid rise has already changed the conversation around his future. Just months ago, he was viewed as a promising academy player waiting for an opportunity. Now he's a first-team regular at one of South America's biggest clubs. Sorry, guys, apologies. And attracting European attention. If his development continues at the same pace, the list of interested clubs is unlikely to get any shorter. Well, I think there is one more article. I don't know if it says the same. I won't bother. I think it's from the same website, Sport Witness. This one, I think it's similar, pretty much the same. Let's have a look. Why Brentford are Washington fullback described as a rarity will have to fight for signing. I think it's the same thing. Yeah. Brentford are among the clubs following Arthur Gabriel's progress. According to reports from Brazil, but convincing Palmeiras to part with the left back may prove far easier said than done. As we covered yesterday, Brentford and Borussia Dortmund are among the European sides keeping tabs on the 20-year-old. That interest comes at a time when Palmeiras have reportedly adopted a firm stance on his future. According to Nosso Palestra, the Brazilian club currently regard Arthur as untouchable and would not only consider changing their position for what they see as an irresistible offer. That status marks a remarkable rise for a player who spent much of his development wondering whether he would ever get the opportunity he now enjoys. The player who backs himself, Arthur Gabriel's story could have looked very different. The left back arrived at Palmeiras at the age of 11 after starting out in football. His first ball came from his aunt, while his father encouraged him to join a football school before Palmeiras spotted him. Many young players move through academies. Far fewer spend almost a decade at the same club and successfully climb every age group on the way to the first team. Last year, Arthur had the opportunity to pursue a different path. Saudi Arabian side Neom showed interest, but the move never materialised. The defender preferred to stay put because he believed the opportunities would arrive in Palmeiras' senior side during 2026. The gamble has paid off. Arthur has now spent roughly half of his life at Palmeiras and established himself as one of the club's most highly regarded young players. His journey has not always been straightforward, however. While Palmeiras call him a rarity, those who watched Arthur during his younger years did not see a physically dominant prospect. Instead, they saw a player constantly searching for ways to overcome disadvantages. Speaking to Globo Esporte earlier this year, Arthur explained that being smaller and lighter than many of his teammates became the biggest challenge of his development. I was skinny and short. The other boys were more mature physically, he explained. At one stage, between the under-14s and under-15 levels, he weighed around 50 kg. Physical battles were difficult, so he looked for another solution. Rather than trying to compete through strength, he focused on speed of thought, quick combinations, one-touch football, and constant movement became his tools. It was a conscious adaptation rather than a natural evolution. I had to find another option, play with one touch. In physical duels, I wasn't going to win, so it became pass and move. That approach remains a key part of his game today. The physical side eventually followed. Arthur reached 68 kg by the time he joined the senior squad and has added further muscle since then. Yet the technical qualities remain the foundation of his game. Arthur's rise through Palmeiras Academy is also unusual. He's one of the relatively few players to progress through every age group at the club before reaching the senior side. Former Palmeiras youth coach Lucas Andrade described him as a rarity because of his technical level and ability to search players. Sorry guys. As soon as I read this, I won't be on here much longer, guys. I'm going to go. I'm just so tired. I'm zoning out a bit here at the moment. So as soon as I read this, I will go. Although I will look through one or two more comments as well, but I will obviously go after that. Arthur Gabriel's technical profile helps explain the growing interest from Europe. Naturally left-footed, he is unusually comfortable using his right foot. He can cross with either foot, finish with either foot, and play out from the back using both sides. with little visible difference in quality. That ambidexterity allows him to make decisions more quickly. Arthur rarely needs to adjust his body before passing or receiving possession, giving him valuable extra seconds during attacking sequences and making his movements harder for opponents to anticipate. The defender is also far more than a traditional overlapping full-back. Earlier in his development, he operated as a right winger before gradually being moved deeper, and traces of that attacking background remain visible today. Arthur describes himself as an attack-minded fullback who enjoys dribbling, carrying the ball forward and attacking space. He also has the tactical intelligence to move into central areas rather than staying fixed to the touchline. As a result, he frequently drifts inside, combines through midfield, and helps progress possession like an additional playmaker. Palmeiras staff view his passing as one of the strongest aspects of his game. That was reflected in Abel Ferreira's assessment earlier this year. Arthur doesn't cross, he passes, the Palmeiras manager said when discussing the youngster's qualities. Those traits are helping transform him from academy prospect into a player attracting attention from clubs such as Brentford and Borussia Dortmund. But now Palmeiras have little interest in discussing a sale. Arthur signed a contract until the end of 2029, while Transfer Market currently estimates his market value at €3 million. 4.2 million pounds. Still, Brentford's interest supports the Premier League club. Premier League club believe there could be much more to come, given Arthur Gabriel's trajectory so far. Few at Palmeiras would argue with that assessment. So there we go, that's that. Got there eventually. Well, there was a lot to talk about there, and as I say, I'm a little bit shattered, to be honest, guys. I'm quite tired. But yeah, I will, that's interesting. We will see, obviously, if anything more happens regarding that. I don't think it's not going to be straightforward signing, as they say. A lot of teams are interested. So, yeah, I'm not sure on this one, but we'll see. We wait and see, obviously. Other comments, a few other comments now. Daniel, haven't seen you for a while, bro. Thanks for coming in. My dad, so I haven't watched any vids. Your dad died. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, that's terrible. That's not good. Sorry to hear that. Brentford versus Liverpool was sad for Mo Salah and Andy Robertson. Yes, yeah, exactly. It was. It definitely was. Yeah. I have cancer. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry to hear that. Just hope you can get through it, my friend. It's horrible, isn't it? My dad had prostate cancer. He sort of thought that he's okay now, but it's not good. Be up to you, Mel. Hope you're good, my friend. So sorry I haven't watched the video. So that's fine, Daniel. Don't worry, you got a lot going on, mate. It's not great, was it? With your dad and everything, and obviously cancer, whatever. It's not good, not great. John saying, "Hey, Mel," and be up to you, Bilal. Hi, Mr. B. Hope you're good, my friend. Hope you're good, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Steve, how are you? Anyway, sorry about me, but I like your vids. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. Yeah, I had a lot to deal with as well myself in my life as well, with things going on. So probably not as bad as it sounds like what you got, but yeah. But yeah, I always love to get on and talk about the bees. I always have done, and always will. Talk about my club. My kid does Brentford Academy. Well, that's good. That's good. We'll see if he comes through there. He's a very good young player, obviously. Yeah, should be a good player. My hospital said I have 19 days to live. Well, that's not good. Not good news for you, is it? That's not great. I feel for you. I've a lot of sympathy for you. It was horrible when my dad had prostate cancer. He had to fight that. I'm glad he's still here, got through it. But of course, he's getting old as well. He's in his 80s, so he's not going to get any younger. But it's great that he survived and fought, and so, he got treatment. Of course, they nipped it in the bud fairly early. They got it fairly early, that cancer. So thankfully, he's still with us. But yeah, it's not good. It's not easy. But yeah, with this, I think Jensen may just go. I've got a feeling he will go somehow. Just get the feeling with this. But if he does stay, we're equally happy. I'm happy if he stays. Why not? I mean, I think he's still a very good player, and he had his best season for a long time last season. So we may just keep hold of him. You never know. It may just, it might fall through with Panathanikos, and he stays. I think it's good either way, and it's good for him. If he really needs to go and wants to play for trophies and whatever, fair enough. So he's earned that right. He's been here 7 years, since 2019. So he's earned that right. It's given us, a lot of great time and energy, and whatever he's done for the club, he's been amazing. So, but obviously that could happen. This Arthur Gabriel, well, is this link? That's rumours. That is an actual sort of a rumour, really. It's not read. It's not confirmed. So we don't know. No offer put in yet by any player, any club, apparently. So we just have to wait on that one. We will just have to be patient and see what happens, I guess. So, if anyone wants to leave any comments, what they feel about these, what they think. Obviously, Daniel, you've been a sort of Bees fan as well. Put in what you think could happen with these deals. Your opinion, what might actually happen here. So obviously you've got other things coming up. There will be more of these shows, more of these streams. Of course, also is a World Cup watch along I'm doing tomorrow, England versus Costa Rica. Warm-up game, of course. So doing that one. May have a guest or two on there, obviously, as well, joining me for that. And plenty of other things, plenty more watch-alongs for the World Cup and these streams, of course. So loads to come, guys. It's not just in the football season when it's all happening. It's in between and World Cup, of course. So follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, and I'm obviously also on Discord, Steve the B. Also subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat, my channel here. Please keep doing that. Smash those likes, keep subbing. Guys, it's much appreciated. Obviously, still on 237. I really would love that to go up. I want to get to 250 and beyond, and keep that going up. So please try and sub if you can, if you're new especially. That will help. But thanks for all your support. Always appreciate it, guys. It's been amazing. I'll probably be bouncing now. So, as I say, I am a bit tired, to be honest. So, I think I may have to go. Get my head down, get some sleep. But anyway, guys, thanks to everyone that's been in the live chat, everyone that's been watching live or on playback. Until the next one, which obviously is tomorrow, they're watching on tomorrow, so watch out for that. There may be another transfer stream if anything comes up regarding any other thing with the bees. Anyway, so check that all out, guys, and thanks for watching. I'm out of here, guys. Cheers, everyone.